Mesa's Musings, a fictional work depicting the life of the savior Mesa. The book is badly damaged, with only the introduction remaining eligible. Oh, this is a book you can read? Mesa's Musings? A fictional work depicting the life of the savior Mesa. The book is badly damaged. 1822. What the hell am I looking at? Can't make any promises, but I'll do my damnedest. Understood? We've come all this way. It cannot end here. What? Excuse me? The Gloria. The BD was passed down to me by my late father. She was built utilizing the most advanced technology of the time and has seen us through the most ambitious adventures, some of which likely qualified as two of. Oh, this is in the timeline of like Final Fantasy 12, or sorry, yeah, 12, when they had like airships and all that. The years of wear and tear eventually resulted in us turning her in for repairs. We had her fitted with enhancements. While on the outside she remains the same, she is now a beast of a different nature. The latest surge of innovations has allowed us to not only increase our output by 30 times, but do so on 1/10 of the fuel. The Gloria is the most trusted friend and ally. As our crew members who have grown tenfold over the years have come to say, she is the ship that will carry us to the skies of freedom. 1.5 decades have passed since I left my homeland of Valthium behind. Despite my very best efforts, I have explored but a fraction of what the vast world has to offer. The love of adventure is something I inherited from my father. It has taken me to so many places and lined my pockets with gold and other treasures beyond compare. It was never for material gain, however, that I traveled. My journey continues simply because I cannot rest until I find Camarotetsuo, the city of gold. I must accomplish what my father could not. A woman's distressed voice traveled to the voice pipes. Captain Rickson, please report to the bridge, post haste. What's happened? I asked. We will soon be arriving at the Linkham Island, sir. Excellent, I'll be right there. Quickly throwing on garments, I dashed down to the lower levels where the bridge was located. Yeah, that's clearly a picture of a flying airship. Thank you for coming on such short notice, Captain. Litzer's voice vibrated through the bridge's voice pipes. Litzer is our head of surveillance and operates our magic radars. Her main task is to keep watch of the surrounding skies and the ground below for anything unusual. Ah, is that what you wish to show me? On our expansive sea that unfolded before us, I spotted islands the size of grains of rice upon the horizon. Yes, we finally made it. 3 years and 5 months have passed since we began our journey. I'm surprised I managed to get us this far. You got us this far. Huh. I'm the reason this ship stayed aloft for as long as it did. That is Hyman, our pilot. And this is Abdul, our engineer. Without their support, it would have been impossible to come this far. Congratulations, Chief. Kanan, our weapon specialist, entered the command room with a clamor. I first came across Kanan in Vathek, where he had stopped to refuel. He was being assailed by a group of men who had downed one pint too many. I stepped in and defended him, and he has called me Chief ever since. Shortly after that incident, I brought him aboard the Gloria to replace one of our artillerymen. As for his skill, let's just say he is improving daily. Tis a tad early for congratulations, Canon. After all, this is just the beginning. What? Just the beginning? Ah, that's right. There's something I forgot to tell you. According to the notes my father left behind, Camarotetsuo, the city of gold, resides nestled amongst these skies, or these islands, the Linkham Islands. In the ancient tongue, Camarotetsuo means man of gold. According to legend, it is the name of the king that once presided over one of the Linkham Islands. It is said that this island was blessed by the gods themselves, for their mountains abounded in gold. Kalaksahan was the one to begin excavating these riches. Though large-scale mining operations, he gained abundance enough to build an empire. Their nation was awash with wealth. Everything from tiny everyday goods to luxury items was made of gold. This abundance, however, soon drew the attention of the Ronkans. The city that once flourished during the Middle Ages soon fell under their imperial rule. Or so it goes in the child's fable, the tale of Damun. Where this narrative ends, my father begins. In this notes, he describes that he learned about the City of Gold through his travels. Near the end of our journey, we landed at a small fishing village to replenish our supplies. There, I met a man at a local tavern who claimed to be Kalaksahan's last descendant. Tactics Advance is no sequel. There's a sequel to Tactics Advance called A2, but those two games are completely different than the PlayStation. Yeah, you're correct, Bacon. You're correct. But they're both are in Ivalice. I was listening to him and only have heartily enthusiasm, just like Final Fantasy 12, also on Ivalice. And this other one called Vagrant Story, I never played it. It's also a PlayStation game. That's also on Ivalice, but that's like way in the future. After a while, however, the discussion took a rather interesting turn. He told me that shortly before Kalaksahan was overtaken by Ronka, they sealed the entirety of their wealth within a pair of stone gates. 4 royal retainers known as the Black Guard saw the deed done. Each had something called a keystone, and they are the only thing that can now break the seal upon the gates. All 4 keystones must be placed into the lock, or as he referred to it, the cassive. Doing so will cause the stone gate's location somewhere in the Lankham Islands to open. Acting on a hunch, I mentioned to the elderly man that I had obtained something resembling this key from the Tower of the Dead. Upon revealing it to him, tears began to swell in his eyes. "Lala bebe," he whispered. It was as though the word of people of Kalaksahan used to praise their god, slipped unconsciously from his mouth. Hearing it made my blood sing. This man was no fabulist. He spoke the truth. Somewhere in the Lankham Islands, behind closed gates, the riches of Kalaksahan slumbered. It is no doubt the treasure beyond reckoning. Yet it is not a love of gold that drew me into its pursuits. Generation after generation of seasoned treasure hunters have tried and failed to learn the whereabouts of this place, the One Piece. I simply hope to be the one to finally unravel the mystery. The road there is long and winding. Mayhaps, if I am unsuccessful, I will have to leave such dreams to my progeny, who will have access to faster and more streamlined airships. Well, that didn't happen. A calamity happened and buried all technology. Thus, finding the City of Gold fell to me, this son. With rapid advancing in technology in recent years, the power to achieve this dream is in my grasp. Well, that doesn't happen. I see. Cannon who was hearing this story for the first time, stared at me with a bewildered look in his eye. It was abundantly clear that he had been unaware of our true objective for traveling in the Lunken Islands. While I'm partially to blame for the confusion, I would be willing to bet good Gil that Abdul also provided our artilleryman with some rather misleading facts. Yes, and it is a dream we have all come to share, right, Abdul? Litzer? Indeed! Absolutely! Me too, Chief. Please let me share. In that moment, the Gloria trembled and the alarms began blaring. Was that an explosion? Everyone to your stations! Litzer, learn where that came from! Yes, sir! I pray to the gods, it's not them. Another explosion resounded, rocking the ship. Incoming at 12 o'clock, Captain. Seas and speed indicate our fleet of 4, nay 5, nay 6 battleships. They are of Palmician origin, sir. Your orders! Palamician? Oh, that was the Empire at the time. So if I'm not mistaken, the Palamician Empire are the ones that executed Saint Ajora. Or before Ajora was sane. The Palamecian Empire is a military superpower that has gained control over more land than any other nation. Yeah, they were the empire that basically Ajora was collecting the 12 zodiac stones, making the Warriors of Light to try to beat the Palamecian Empire, from my understanding. We will not be taken down. Not today, Hinmen. Move us into the clouds ahead. We shall obscure... they should obscure us for long enough to slip into the northern Neslam Mountains. Affirmative! Shortly thereafter, we ascended into the rain clouds above. With the arrival of airships, people began developing aerial combat strategies. Of these, cloud sheathing is one of the more difficult to master. Despite all of the advances in technology, Magitech radars remain unable to track airships in clouds. It removes all visibility and is akin to disappearing into a smokescreen. Natural stealth, pretty much. The main disadvantages of this maneuver only works when the sky is dense with clouds. Captain, we'll soon be entering Isle of Nashlam territory. Excellent. Please begin our descent. Let's find a place to hide away on the western ridge. I was not expecting a freaking book. I thought they said this was vastly damaged. The Lankan Islands are located off of the continent far eastern coast. The Isle of Neshlam is the largest among them. Here, there are two primary settlements. In an alp to the west are sprawling farmlands where the people live in prosperity off the land. To the east, hanging by twin peaks, lies a bustling fishing village. We managed to avoid the Palamecian warships and land among the island's western summits. After remaining aboard for a stretch of time to ensure it was safe to proceed, we made our way to Kowloon. Kowloon is the largest city in the west of Neshlan. There we replenished our supplies and attempted to gather what information we could regarding the city of gold. It is true. Is it true, Hinman? Unfortunately, it seems the road ahead is fraught with danger. As for the perilous adventures of which Hinman refers. How big is the book that should be damaged? Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was not expecting this. It's kind of neat. This is probably placed somewhere during Final Fantasy XII's, I don't know, history. Like somewhere within that timeline. It had a year, 812 or something, but I don't know what year Final Fantasy XII takes place. Certainly, if we could all gather around and take a look. This is our current position, the western mountains of Nishlam. This is where we want to be, the cluster of islands where the city of gold is supposedly located. According to the results of our investigation, there are a total of 8 islands, none of which are large enough for us to land an airship on, which means the Gloria will need to remain airborne while we explore each island. I am unsure our fuel can last that long. Abdul interjected, brow frowning. Our target is about 280,000 seconds away from where we are now. We cannot afford to take multiple trips there and back. So we will be unable to refuel while we are over there. Precisely. To quickly review our situation, the nearby islands are too small for us to make a landing, so we will need to remain suspended in the air during the duration of each visit. Considering the ship's weight, that would consume more fuel than any forward movement would. We suspect Kalakathuan is located 280,000 seconds away from where we are now. It is not a distance easily traversed. Filling our fuel tank to the brim, we set off what we suspected was the shortest route to our... I don't understand, because apparently to go inside the city of gold, they need 4 keystones, and they don't even have that, right? Whatever it takes, we find our way back there to the Isle of Nishlan. The maximum amount of fuel we can carry at any given is 16,000 HP. A trip from one island to another will consume 500. Wait, what? We should be able to tour all islands and return to Neshlam with just 15,000 HP if we are frugal with our consumption. The following activities will deplete fuel. Moving, hovering, damage to the airship, repairs to the airship. Please keep in mind am I about to do a mini game? There are a total of 8 islands. 4 of them are regions that were once overseen by the Black Guard. The rest are where the treasure potentially lies stashed away. Our first order of business, however, should be to find the 4 keystones. Without them, we have no hope of unlocking the stone gates that divide the world from Calaxothan's wealth. Listen, everyone, this trip is a dangerous one. We'll be exploring a multitude of uninhabited islands, one brought time and limited fuel. Or on brought time and limited fuel. Added to that, the Palamicians are hot on our trail. There are also a great many of unknown factors that face us. If you want to back out, now is your chance. Do you still intend to join me? Or intend? Captain! Do you need even ask? Of course we are going with you. Hey, my heart flutters with excitement at the thought. Captain, I have invested 3 years and 5 months in this journey. I would be a fool to quit at such a critical juncture. Let's get a move on, Chief. We've got treasure to find. I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. Now let's continue full steam ahead. Sir! Aye, aye, Captain. Arr! Okie dokie! Within the next few days, we made it to the island where we suspected the city of gold, Calaxothan, once flourished. Upon our arrival, we gathered together to discuss how we should proceed. And this is where we are. We have confirmed there are 8 islands in this area. This is where the Gloria is, in the exact center of the circle of islands. Let us refer to this as the central point. This will cost 100 HP to move from this central point to another region. We can proceed to one of the followings: the northwest, northeast, southwest, or southeast. Each area has 2 islands. Moving from one island to the other will cost an additional 100. I'm going to assume that means horsepower. But there's no horses. So wouldn't it be chocobo power? So it'd be CP. Due to the storm clouds that populate the sky, flying from one northwest to the other northeast, or from the southwest to the other southeast, consumes significantly more fuel. Each ship will consume 300 HP. To avoid this, the best solution would be to return to the central point once before moving to the next island. While that you propose is efficient, what of us not being able to land? These islands are not too vast. We should be able to cover each of them in about 1 day. It would take about 500 HP for us to keep the ship aloft while we conduct our search on the ground. Roger, let us ready to depart, everyone. In position! This is a big read, man. Oh my god, I actually do control the fate. How is that possible? I thought this was a book. Check the cassive? Captain, we have made it to the central point. What would you like us to do next? Move. Okay. I say we go north. To the northeast are the Martin Liet and the Isle of Abdronia. To the northwest are Kiko Island and the Isle of Delights. Where would you like to go? West. Let's go west. Let's go northwest. Where in the northwest would you like to go? Dear God, I was not ready for this. The Isle of Delight sounds incredible. Actually, they did mention the Kiok Island. Let's do that. Captain, we have arrived above the Kikok Island. What would you like to do? Explore? This is crazy, dude. What type of a book is this? The islands remained completely unaffected by the massive explosion that occurred in the Palmician capital. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted... Oh! Large explosion at the Palmysian capital. Are they talking about the explosion that happened after Ajora was executed? Nah. We discovered a pair of enormous doors. Reacting to the castle's presence, they quietly slid open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up to a space with an altar which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing red orb. I don't know how the book has hit points. It's weird. It's like an interactive book. Master Rickson has discovered the Black Guard's red orb. Is that a keystone? Captain, we have arrived above the island. What do you want to do? So I waste less HP if I go back to the central point. From what I read. Let's check the castle. Yeah, it has a red orb. So that's one of the keystones. So I need 4 of those. This is bizarre, dude. If I stop reading, is this like a spot where I can continue? You can continue reading for where you left off later. Let's do that, because holy crap, I was not expecting that.
Are the too?
And I'm just gonna just quickly select things. See if I can find these 4 stones. That's what I'm gonna do. Those books were originally only in the Japanese version to where you can read those books and have an interactive thing. So those are new to the game worldwide except for Japan. Wow, that's cool. That's interesting. So I found one of the keystones in the northern island. So movement is 100. Movement between areas is 300. Firing main cannon is 50. Wow, you can fire your cannons? Whoa. Repair ship is 50 to 500. Please be careful with your HP consumption. Wow, this is Searching islands is 500. Damage to your ship is 900. 10 to 900. Okay. Let's move. I feel like this is a type of game style. I don't know what you would call it. So we went north. So let's go north again. And this time we'll go northwest of the Kyoto Island and Isle of Delights. Let's go back to the northwest. Let's try not to get confused here. Let's try to process of elimination. And now let's go to the Isle of Delights. Okay. And then we're just going to explore it. Isle of Delights. We're going to find donuts here? We descended on the Isle of Delights, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. The Isle of Delights, ruled by the goddess Valeria, was once a utopia. With the rise of the Kalakahans, however, this place fell to ruin. It has since been returned to the wild. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away at the cave. While decrepit on the outside, inside was a plethora. A plethora? You telling me I got a plethora of piñatas? Oh yeah, you got a plethora. Exquisite treasures, huh? I played games with this mechanic before, but the whole game was that way, not just an optional thing. Yeah, it's kind of, that's what I'm talking about, Ninja Bacon, is that there are type of games that are like this. But I don't know what they're called. It's like you just make choices. We discovered a pair of enormous ivory-colored doors. We had no way of opening them, so we simply left them be. Oh, this is the place, the City of Gold, right? That might be the City of Gold. It's the door. So I need to find the 4 keystones and then return there. Okay, let's go back to the central point. I think that's better to do that, right? Oh, I screwed up before. Okay, so you go to the area and then you move to the neighboring island. Okay. I got it. Central point. Okay, move. We're going to go north, but now we're going to go northeast. Not west. North. So we now know that the northwest on the Isle of Delights, there's 2 doors we can't open. So let's head to the northeast. And then from here, we will go to the Marzian Islet. And we'll just search, explore. Okay, we descended, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. According to our books, this was once the home of the Lilliputians, a race of small folk. They were a happy and peaceful people, that is, until the Koloxuhans arrived. As they were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small sanctuary shrouded by trees. While decrypted on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous scarlet-stained doors, directed to the castle's presence. Reacting to the case's presence, they quietly slid open. Oh, the stones are colored. So I gotta find the doors that are the same color of the stones that I find. Oh, okay, so I have the red stone, so now the red door's open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space that contained an old, time-worn airship that appeared to date from the dawn of its intervention. A particular smell permeated the air as we set about investigating the ship. A quick search yielded a can of ecstasy? Extacium? The hell? Extasium? What the hell is extasium? The exploration did not yield any evidence that the Black Guard once resided in the Marzian Islets. It was, however, not in vain. We were able to pursue some extasium. With it, we were able to fortify our ship and slightly restore its HP. Oh. So that's what the red gemstone did. Okay. Move to the neighboring island. A bit beyond it is the Isle of Delights. Would you like to go there? No. Yeah, go to the Isle of Abdronia. The Palmasian airship is approaching. Crew, prepare for battle! They have any approaches in Death Scythe class Palmasian warships. Death Scythe? So they've finally gotten around to finishing those? Captain, your orders! Shit. I mean, we gotta explore this island, so we just return fire. We need to hit them with everything we have. Sir, a tense atmosphere settles over the Gloria. Prepare the artillery! Hit them hard. Magitek cannon. Brace for shock! Fire the main cannons! Our attack is going to land! We've hit the enemy! It has them in a panic! Let's use this to our advantage and retreat. Keeping damage to a minimum is a priority. Sir! We managed to escape, sir. According to the Magitek radar, there are no other airships in the near vicinity. Excellent. Let's continue full speed ahead. Yes, sir! We must return to the central point at once. That's the only way we'll be able to shake the enemy ships. Understood! Blitzer, keep your eyes peeled. Yes, sir. So are they always going to be there? I'm going to go back there and see if that ship's still there. Let's move. And then we're going to go north. So I want to go to the Isle of Arbonia. So northeast. And then the Isle of... So this is where the Palmisian ship was. It's not there anymore. Okay. Explore. We descended upon Abdronia, hoping to uncover the city of gold. In times past, when man believed in the overgods, they searched fervently for the Isle of Abdronia. It is here that the hallowed forbidden fruit could supposedly be found. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small temple hidden away in the cave. But decrypted on the outside, inside was blended of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous scarlet-stained doors. Reacting to the caster's presence, they quickly slid open, also red. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space with an altar, which had been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a dully glowing blue orb. Mesa has discovered the Black Guard's blue orb. Got two. Okay, we're done there. Return to Central Point. So now we have the red orb and the blue orb. Let's check it. There it is. There's the blue orb. This is so bizarre, dude, that this is in Final Fantasy Tactics. Let us move. So I haven't found blue doors. And I've already explored all of them, the north. And there's golden doors that are locked. So that's probably where the city of gold is. So let's head south, because that's our only option. To the southeast are an Isle of Aya and Poseidon's Reef. To the southeast are Balnivardin's Islands and the Isle of Lastrog. Let's do southeast. Where in the southeast would you like to go? The Isle of Aya. Okay, we're there. That's good. We haven't run into any more Palmisian Empire ships. And let's explore it. We visited on the Isle of Aya, hoping to uncover the city of gold. According to the ancient legends, this is where the first woman came into existence. Really? 'Tis a myth of yore, originating from a time when men still believed in the overgods. In this era of technomancy, such stories carried over from the old world seem like little more than fairy tales. As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small sanctuary on a cliff. While decrypted on the outside, inside was a plethora of treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous cerulean stained doors. Reacting to the caster's presence, they quietly slid open. Cerulean, is that blue? We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel. It opened up into a space that contained an old, time-worn airship that appeared from a date from the dawn of its invention. A peculiar smell permeated the air. Quick search yielded a can of ecstasium. Think so? It's kind of the same thing. I think we found more reinforcement metals or whatever. Improved our airship's HP. Okay. All right. I guess we move from a neighboring island. Poseidon Reef is the closest. We do that one. It is a light blue? Okay. Man, I've been getting lucky then, huh? Going to the right spots. Let's go to the reef. Because it's right there next to it. We have arrived in Poseidon's Reef. What would you like to do? How big and thick is it? We're talking about a foot? Poseidon's Reef, I'm sure, is pretty enormous. Explore it. Descended, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. It is said that this island was named after the god of the sea, Poseidon. Perhaps, however, it is the other way around, and the god itself was named after the ancient magical kingdom of Poseidon. Poseidium that once resided here. As we were making our way back to the glorious but a small temple in a cave. Okay. Discovered a pair of enormous obsidian-colored doors. We had no way to opening them, so we simply left them be. Obsidian is yellow? Okay, so Poseidon has yellow doors. So now we return to the central point. The second orangey yellow, you think? Okay. So move. South. Okay, we only got 2 locations left. It's gonna be southwest. Balniverdin's Island. Yeah, I'll go there. Nice, we've only been attacked once, so that's good. I think I've been getting a little lucky. Explore. I hope there's a stone here and it's yellow. A gemstone. We descended the island hoping to uncover the City of Gold. The official name of this place is Valencia's Island. Or Vinicius Island. Scrawled across the walls of a cave are the words "Man does not live by bread alone." A quote inscribed by a warlord chief who devastated the land and the island's people. As we were making our way back to the glorious but a small temple. It could be yellow-orange. Black-red. Huh. While decrypted on the outside and the treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous cerulean stained doors. Well, we have this, so they're going to open. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel and opened a space with an altar which had been built over a lake bed. A glowing white orb. Uh-oh. I have not seen a white door. I guess we move over to the neighboring island. The Isle of Lestrog. Yes. Nice, we weren't attacked. Explore. Who is this? Who is this the third order you found? It was a white orb. If that's what you were asking. We descended the Isle of Lestrog, hoping to uncover the City of Gold. According to the information we have, this is the place where people of the old world gather to wait the completion? People of the old world. Does that mean one day modern man might meet his demise as well? As we were making our way back to the Gloria, I spotted a small sanctuary in a cavern. Cryptid on the outside, inside was a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous ivory-colored doors where we have the white orb. I mean, if that was the third. Yeah, it's the third orb. Hopefully, this is the fourth one because we have no other options. We made our way through a long, narrow tunnel and opened it. Inside it contained an old time-worn airship that appeared from the day of its invention. A peculiar smell permeated the air. This is going to be a repair thing, isn't it? It was, however, not in vain. We were able to send some extaxium to fortify our airship. We have a problem. We have 3 orbs. And I have no more else to explore. 'Cause View log. Let's go back to the middle. Central point. There must be at least one. Oh, God. That was bound to happen. A Ludwig class Pelmasian worship? That sounds like something we should not mess with. Ludwig class, we must be careful. What they lack in size to make up for speed and agility. Captain, your orders! I think we just defend and flee because it's fast, right? Let's just try it. Attack incoming! The Gloria shuddered. Stand fast! Our defense held, but we will not be able to escape them. Because they're fast. Everyone prepare for impact! Enemy fire careened into the Gloria. Sir, we've been hit! All hands remain at your stations. Oh, I should have figured that it was fast and I wasn't able to escape. I guess we return fire and we use like something that's fast. The machine gun, right? Ready the cannon, and whatever happens, do not miss. Chief, fire the auxiliary cannons. Our attack is going to land. We've hit the enemy. It has them in panic. Let us use this advantage and retreat. All right. That was the call. It was to use the machine guns. Damage as follows. The sub propeller is down and we need to use 100 HP to repair it. The ship's ability to fly shouldn't be affected. Good. If you do come across any issues, however, I ask that you make the necessary repairs. Hi, men. Let us continue ahead at full speed. We're supposed to return to the central point. That's what I was trying to do anyways. There's 3. I'm missing 1. And there was 2 doors that I was not able to open. Now the question is, do you think that the orbs mix colors? Orangey yellow, you think? I could try just going to one of the doors that was locked. I think I've already explored everything. So I'm just going to assume 3 orbs will do something. So let's go north. I think it was the Kikok Island. Wait, was it? One of them was locked. Which one was it? Did you have a white orb? There is a door somewhere that you visited that can unlock it. Yeah, I think it might have been this one over here. I think it was northeast. Or was it northwest? I think it was northwest and it was the Kikok Island. Let's go there. I think. Costs a lot to explore, so I gotta really make sure this is it. We have detected a Pelmasian airship lurking on the far end of the island. They've been pursuing us. Do you think they also intend to explore these islands? That is alarming. Let us quit this place and return to the central point. Ah! God, dude! Those assholes! I was just trying to freaking land. Ah! Oh. Let's go back. North. What a waste. I know. This is completely random too, I'm sure. Okay, it was northeast. When of these would you like to go? Oh shit, I went to the... No. Change direction. It's totally random. Oh, Zero, I'm playing a mini game. I'm in the past, but in the future. Future technology, but in the past. Northeast. No. Northwest. They better not still be there. Swear to God. Yeah. The Kikok. Explorer. Dude, they're still there. So I think they're random. They're permanently there. So I gotta maybe go to the other door that was locked, which is gonna be in the south. Just wasting fuel over here. So south. What was the door that was locked over here? I think it was Baldnevorbin. I think. I hope. Pomesian airship lurking in the far end. Dude, what the hell? Let's head back south. I'm pretty sure that was the one that was locked. Let me try the Isle of Aya. I'm just curious if there's going to be Empire ship here. Pomesian airship lurking in the far end of the island. Wow. They're everywhere. Yeah, there has to be a place where they're not. I'm just gonna have to just process of elimination. So let's just stick with north. So we know that they're in the Kikok Island. The thing is, in the Isle of Delights, there was nothing there. But I'm gonna go there just for process of elimination. Explore it. I guess we're landing. I mean, we've been here already. A pair of enormous ivory-colored doors. Well, there's the other ones. Made our way through a long, narrow tunnel, opened a space with an altar which has been built over a lake bed. Upon it rested a glowing black orb. Yes! Oh, thank God. Oh. Mesa Rickson has discovered the Black Guard's black orb. All right, we have them all. We have finally procured all 4 keystones. Now all we need to do is uncover the location of the stone gates. Crew members smiled, and the Gloria once again took flight. We are so close to the end, I can almost taste it. There's but one last hurdle to find the gates. Many treasure hunters, including my father, have never gazed upon the riches that lie within them. We, however, will soon be given the opportunity to do that which they could not. In that moment, another blast shook the Gloria. The ship alarms began blaring. Another explosion! Everyone to your stations! The rumble of another explosion was followed shortly by tremors. A voice reverberated through the Gloria, dispersed by magnetic waves. Attention! This is Captain Kimbris of Squadron 3 of the Polysian Empire speaking. Captain Mesa Rickson and Squadron 8, you are hereby accused of treason and are to be taken into custody. Surrender yourself to us immediately or we will open fire. This is not a request. This is an order. Kimbris Corliss, the most ruthless of the 12 squadron captains. What should we do, Captain? They have a fleet of 15 large ships, all galleon class. We cannot win this. Oh, shit. I don't think we can escape this. I mean, they're large ships, right? That means they're slow? We might be able to escape. There are thunderclouds to the rear of us, correct? Aye! They are quite significant in size. Excellent. Haidman, move us into them at full speed. It'd be suicide to attack them. Sir, there are storm clouds. One mistake and we'll be stuck from the sky. And we'd best not make any mistakes, shall we? Surely you jest. It certainly may seem that way. I am, however, very serious. Captain! You have to escape if you want to find the City of Gold, if you can. And no. Sir, they are about to enter a storm... Sir, they're about to enter a storm cloud. Ha! A desperate ploy. While this bravery is admirable, I see he is as reckless as ever. I doubt he even realizes it is precisely this recklessness that has led him down his unfortunate path. Captain, shall we pursue them? The Kraven have no place in this new world. See that every last one of them is annihilated. None shall interfere with the Emperor's grand design. Now ready all cannons and fire. Yes, sir. Engage all sources of power and press forward at full speed. Sir, there's no way to evade them. Everyone prepare for impact. Ah! Has any damage been done to the Gloria? Captain, another attack is incoming. Your, prognosis, Hyman, can we shake them? Can't make any promises, but I'll do my damnedest, sir. Lightser, be on the lookout. Understood. We've come all this way. It cannot end here. The enemy approaches in galleon-class Pomesian warships. Their squadron leader leads the charge. Stand strong. Captain, your orders. I mean, defend and flee? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They said galleon, so they're the big ship still. We might be able to return fire. Let's return fire. Let's return fire. See what happens. Use the Magitech cannon. Fire the main cannons! The attack sailed past the enemy ship. We missed the target, sir! What in the God's name are you doing? Prepare to fire again! Attack incoming! Everyone prepare for impact! Man. We got hit. Your orders! Defend against the attacks and flee. Hard flare detected. Attack incoming. The Gloria shuddered. Stand fast. Wow, that was a classic Final Fantasy Tactics text speed right there. Our defenses held. Get us out of here. They kept the classic speed of the text. The magic cannon is ready. Maneuver us into position and fire. Roger, disengage Mako drive. Mako? Whoa. And diverting all power to the cannon. 80% charge. 90% charged. Brace for the flash and recoil. 100% charged. Fire! What is that light? The amount of magic emitting from it is tremendous. No, it cannot be. They cannot possibly have a magic cannon aboard this ship. It has yet to even be completed. Direct hit confirmed. Headship has been annihilated. Dude, damage report. What is the Gloria status? No issues detected so far. Good. Now let's quickly depart from here. Abdul, what's wrong? Cannon. The chief used to be Cannon of Squadron 8 of the Palamician Empire. I used to be an airship engineer for the Palamicians. Latsier and Hainan once worked aboard their vessel too. In fact, more than half our crew did. And why were we being chased by them? Are they not supposed to be our allies? It's a rather long story. Abdul, sir, we have finished with the inspection. I will be right there. I shall speak to you later, Cannon. But Abdul, I'm glad I charged the cannons. Oh, there's the black materia, or sorry, the black orb. I'm pretty sure we go north. And we land at the Kikok Island, right? I think that was the one door I haven't opened yet. I think. Nope. That's a negative. Northeast? Yeah, I think it was the one that you said was a like a black red, right? Maybe that's it. Which would be in the south, right? Northeast. There's an Isle of Dornia. We're just gonna have to just the process of elimination all these and hope we don't get attacked. The obsidian was back in this. It was black in this case. Yeah. Nope, not here. We have the HP to process of elimination these areas, so we'll find it. And we defeated the main ship, right? So surely we'll be fine. North. Northeast. The Isle of Abromnia. Nope. So it's not in the north. So let's go south. And we'll do process of elimination on these 4 areas. So we'll just start with southeast. And we'll choose option 1. Isle of Aaya, and then we'll explore this. Nope, they're there. So we'll go to the next island. Move. South. Southeast. Poseidon's... Well, it's not going to be that. We'll go ahead and explore it. I don't think it's going to be this. What? It was? Glad I came here. Okay, just a bit about Poseidon's really hoping to uncover the city of gold. It is said that this island was named after the god of the seas, Poseidon's. However, around got himself named after the ancient magical kingdom of Poseidium. Spotted a small temple hidden away in a cave. While decrypted on the outside as a plethora of exquisite treasures. There we discovered a pair of enormous obsidian-colored doors. Reacting to the castle's presence, it quietly slid open. What is this place? I whispered to myself. The door had opened up into a long tunnel. Sensing danger, I decided to return to the airship to call for assistance. Upon our return, and after making the necessary preparations, we began exploring the tunnel. This must lead us to the rear entryway. We walked for some time through the underground tunnel. It eventually led us outside. We came out of the far end of the island. Captain, what if we were to ascend that hill? From there, we should be able to see everything. At Heineman's suggestion, we made our way up the slope. Impossible. In the notebook left to me by my father, a mysterious crest was penciled into the margin. As I peered down at the landscape below, I noticed something interesting. From atop the hill I was on, I could clearly see the forest trees had been cut away in certain parts and replaced with grass. These pastures formed the same exact symbol. I rushed to open my notes and find that page. A closer inspection of it revealed an emblem drawn at the center of the crest. We decided to travel to the spot it indicated in the grass. Upon reaching our destination, we found a fist-sized stone left laying there. In it, we noticed there was a key-shaped hole on one side. Why is there a keyhole in this rock? Not expecting it to work, we nevertheless attempted to insert the cassive into the stone. It was a perfect fit. Slowly, we turned the key. The rock and key crumbled to dust. From it emerged a light green stone. What happened? Further miracles were yet to come. The stone began to absorb light from the sun, which has peaked in the sky, drawing in all brightness around. Oh, it's a zodiac stone. Uh-oh. It then converged into a single focused beam directed at the hill upon which we had once stood. Following the ray, we hurriedly made our way to where it led us. We reached the end of the shaft of light. What could possibly be here? Surveying the area, we came across a peculiar boulder. Nice sound effect. So rotating the camera. The moment we touched it, it slid away, revealing us a dark cave. There must be a legendary... These must be the legendary stone gates. This is no doubt where the hidden treasure lay. Let's push forward, Captain. We're here. We finally made it. Come on, Captain, let's enter. Chief, hurry, don't fall behind. With visions of wealth swimming through our minds, we stepped into the cave, which opened into a large hall. At its center was a single chest. We cautiously approached, and with bated breaths, we opened it. Inside was nothing. Nothing but a single sheet of parchment. You did well to make it this far, lads. While this may not be the wealth you expected to find, it is no reason to be disappointed. The memories and friends you made along the way are the real treasure. Arranging this was far from an easy task. I had prepared all those keystones and then spread tales about them and the lost city of Camarotetsuo. It required a lot of imagination and dedication. Thankfully, it eventually took on a life of its own. And here you are. You've got to give it to You have to give it to myself. I've got to give it to myself. I did a pretty good job. Thanks for sticking with me this far and allowing me to pull off the world's greatest prank. Saltler Rickson. Saltler Rickson? That's my late grandfather's name. So both my father and I fell for his outrageous trick? Upon finishing the letter, I felt no anger, but a deep sense of fatigue. Lister caught me as I collapsed. I do not know what to say. I'm sorry, everyone. Put your lives at risk time and time again over the last 4 years, all for the sake of a practical joke. Cheer up, Captain. While it is a shame that the City of Gold did not exist, not a single person here regrets joining you on this journey. The adventure we had together, I regret it. What the hell, dude? I freaking regret it. Yes, exactly. Now let's head back to the Gloria and start our new expedition. Abdul smirked. Looks like I'll be getting busy again. If that guy was still alive, I'd probably kill him. Yes. Make sure to take me with you too, Chief. Thank you, everyone. Before we head back, I would like to ask that you keep what happened here to yourself. I fear the rest of the crew might not forgive me if they learned what occurred. Yeah. You know, I'm not caught up with One Piece, and I know it's like 1,000-something episodes in. I'm only like 200 episodes in, but watch it be the same thing. It's like, ha! The One Piece was fake the whole time. Ah, man. The City of Gold. More than one adventure has set out with visions of unearthing this paradise, only for the dreams to be shattered. Yet some brave souls continue to search for this place despite the odds. Captain, I apologize for interrupting you at such a crucial time, but look, there's more to the letter. What? P.S. Try turning the treasure chest around. For suffering through the world's greatest prank, you deserve a reward. While not as extensive as what the City of Gold itself might have offered, I'd like to share with you a little something I've collected in my travels. From Camarotetsuo with love. Turn the chest around. I did as the letter specified. In that moment, the walls caved in. Dust filled the air. And I found it's impossible to keep my eyes open. When I finally was able to uncover my eyes, all the cavern walls had turned to gold. Thus, the City of Gold lives on. What? Iwata? It better give me something. Here's a million gil.
Discoveries awaiting even the most dog-eared of tomes.
Oh my god. I dare not even open this book.
Webcam activated.